Bronco hits it off the end of the bat into center field, a base hit. Tommy Joseph will scream home, and the Phillies win it 5-4 here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Let the celebration begin. There was an awful lot of pride last night here at Citizens Bank Park with the Phillies' 12th inning victory. And today, the Pride of the Phillies print being given out to all fans, compliments of Citizens Bank, featuring Ryan Howard and Carlos Ruiz. The Phils will go for the series sweep today against the first place San Francisco Giants. Yeah, Phillies fans, if you bring a Giants fan to the ballpark today, you have bragging rights right now on the season series. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. We get set for the finale of this series, and Maikel Franco is in the lineup again for the Phillies. In fact, the top three hitters are exactly the same as what we've seen throughout this series, which is good news because they've been hot for the most part, but Franco has been sizzling hot for the Phils.
Yeah, the guys at the top have been getting on, but the man in the middle, Maikel Franco, has been the one driving them in. I absolutely love his approach right now. Take a look at a couple of these knocks. One to right field. Even the outs he's making, he's hitting hard. And then the game winner last night in the bottom of the 12th. This single up the middle off Jake Peavy. Love when he's staying in the middle of the field, not trying to do too much. As long as he trusts himself to go that way, he's going to have a lot of success.
Well, the Phillies obviously celebrating after last night's victory over the San Francisco Giants. In fact, they had to chase down Maikel Franco. Whether it was a hit or not, or a fielder's choice, well, that still remains in question. But in this series, he's 6 for 10 with a home run, 7 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. And Ben, as you said, he is hitting everything hard. And you ride this at this point the way Maikel Franco is hitting the baseball. All right, the other part of the story. Last night, it was incredible to watch the Phillies bullpen. Their bullpen ERA dropped nearly 10 points with their efforts last night, led by Brett Oberholzer, who threw 11 pitches in 2 innings for the Phils.
I think to say they were very efficient is a complete understatement. They were down in the zone. They threw strikes. Not one walk till David Hernandez had the one in the 11th inning. That's exactly what you want out of your bullpen. Marriott just coming up for the first time with the Phillies, did an outstanding job. Then Hector Neris comes in. All these balls are on the ground. They used their fastball. These are off speed, but everything was down in the zone.
Well, this ground ball over to third base to Maikel Franco by Eddie Ramos. This was all part of the storyline. At one point, the Phillies pitchers, it included Phil Klein and the bullpen, retired 19 consecutive batters. Luis Garcia, I guess you can say that his inning was huge because that took us to the bottom of the 12th inning when he was able to get this strikeout to wrap up the inning against Angel Pagan. That took us to the bottom of the 12th inning where the Phillies eventually won the game. That is good to see for the Phillies bullpen.
It sure is, and that's what you want. I mean, just takes really a lot of the pressure off the Phillies offense. I wouldn't say they struggled last night, but they weren't able to get runs early on in the ball game. Bullpen came in, and they did their job.
And they have some adjustments to the bullpen today. Elvis Araujo is up from AAA. That's because Yenmar Gomez is still on paternity leave, so Araujo will be available in the pen. Today is the finale of this series. Matt Moore makes his Giants debut. He'll be opposed by Vince Velasquez. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota, the annual clearance sale is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank. The next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. South Philadelphia, Vince Velasquez will take the mound for the Phillies, facing the San Francisco Giants. As the Phils go for the series sweep, Velasquez looking very relaxed as he goes out to the mound to face the Giants for the first time in his big league career. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. A little bit of different lineup for the Giants. Span leads it off. That's not different. Pagan, Hunter Pence. Crawford moves up to the cleanup spot with Posey out today. Belt bats fifth. Connor Gillespie starts for the second straight day at third. Joe Panik's at second base, hitting seventh. Trevor Brown eighth. And Matt Moore makes his Giants debut, and he will bat ninth. And he will face the right-hander Vince Velasquez, who last time out went 6 innings but suffered the setback. And he's looking to get win number 9 on the season. Benny's been good since coming back off the disabled list, but the last 2 outings, 6 innings each, and it's not up to his standards.
It's not up to his standards, but we'll see a very good fastball out of him. We know that. It's at about 94. 4-pitch pitcher. Likes his slider as a put-away pitch at times, but the fastball still remains his best pitch. Opposition hitting only .221 against that fastball.
Home plate umpire Dan Iasonia is waiting for Matt Moore and Trevor Brown and Dave Righetti to head back into the dugout. We got a baseball game to be played here, boys. Denard Span will lead it off for the Giants. And the first pitch of the day. Fastball taken down low. We're underway. Span 4 for 11 so far in the series, hitting .260. He is hitting .318 since the All-Star break for the Giants. Another fastball inside, same spot, 2 balls, no strikes. As we talked about last night, even though the bullpen had 7 innings of work, they are okay coming into today's game, but they did add Elvis Araujo just in case. There's the first strike of the day. It's 2-1. Span, who was nursing a quad injury last weekend, he let the bat fly, and it's 2-2. Boy, did he let the bat fly.
He sure did. Might have a chip in it. His bottom hand fell off and his top hand took over.
Denard Span is the Antonio Bastardo of hitters as far as taking his time getting himself set in the box. You know, the bat toss aside, he's pretty deliberate. He's not like Mike Hargrove or Nomar Garcia. Well, maybe he's close to Nomar Garciaparra. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Denard Span. Chopper foul. Bill Hayes will field it in the first base coach's box. Phillies come into the game today 14.5 games out of the National League East, 9 games under 500. And a liner to center field, and that'll be a base hit for Denard Span, his 5th hit of the series. So just like last night, he's aboard to start the ball game. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Vince Velasquez showing hard at the belt, but work mostly down and away. The lefties have really been, and just gets these lefties, but the lefties have not been on that pitch down and away. So keep throwing until they hit it, and then offense, grind out every pitch of every at bat. Continue to do that. They've done a very good job of that the first 2 games.
I think that's good advice for today. Day game after night game, long night game, but feeling really good after winning the first 2 of the series. Angel Pagan 3 for 11 in the series, hitting .282. Now Span has stolen some bags in this series. He's got a couple stolen bases, and overall has 11 on the year. Although the guy behind the plate has been very good over the last month or so, throwing guys out for the Phillies, and that's Carlos Ruiz. A lot of it is not always on his shoulders, though. It's on the guy on the mound's shoulders. outside, 1-0.
You talk about the way Chooch has been throwing the baseball, and it's almost like he's getting through the ball a lot better. He's a very good extension, and he's throwing it through Cesar and Freddie, not to Cesar and Freddie. Definitely has a lot more on it.
With a low, 2 balls and no strikes, so he's fallen behind the first 2 hitters, 2-0. Velasquez, since coming back off the disabled list, is 3-1. The Phillies are 3-3 during those 6 starts. He has an ERA of 2.75. He is still averaging a strikeout per inning pitched. That's a good thing. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Right-handers 254 April and June, hitting 185 against him in July, and they hit under 100 against his slider. There's strike 1. Easy call for Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire. Iasonia, one of the veterans. Dal Scott's at first. The elder statesman Bob Davidson's at second. And Lance Barrett is over at third.
Yeah, Dan had a very busy night last night. Very busy.
Yeah, he was the first base umpire and had all of those plays reviewed, and all of them, well, just about all of them, overturned. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pagan. Well, he missed his spot. It may have been over the plate, but he still missed his spot. And that puts runners on first and second with nobody out, and Hunter Pence coming up. Pence has 3 hits in the series.
Take a look at this one.
Yeah, I thought it was over the plate.
Yeah.
But again, you saw Ruiz was set up. It shouldn't be that way. Sometimes it is.
Unfortunately, sometimes it is.
Why? I do not know.
Anytime an umpire sees you reach for a pitch, they're not going to give. Well, very seldom will you get it.
Pence missed 48 games with the Giants because of the hamstring injury, the right hamstring injury. Giants were 26-22 without him. Much more content, though, to have him in the middle of the lineup in right field. He is 5 for 16 since his return. Man plays every day. When he's not hurt, plays every day. Tight 2-1. Although the Giants have struggled with runners in scoring position, which we've noted throughout this series, he is their best hitter with runners in scoring position.
Vince doesn't seem to have that same pace that we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, particularly here in this first inning with 8 balls, 6 strikes. This will be the 15th pitch of the inning. 2-2. Best fastball of the day as far as velocity goes.
One thing you can do with Hunter Pence is climb the ladder, but you better make sure you get it up there.
Let's see if they go to the same spot here with the count 2-2. Fly ball center field. Aaron Altair is under it. Denard Span's going to tag from second. Altair makes the catch, fires toward the cutoff man, and the double play is still in order. And that puts runners on first and third.
I think that's the right move there for Vince Velasquez to challenge Hunter Pence with the fastball. Out of those 3 hits that he has in the series, 2 have been on hanging sliders. So I think just coming back from disabled list, maybe that timing's just not there, and maybe the bat speed's not there to go up against the fastball.
Well, he could do all he wants against the fastball after today. This will be the last time the Phillies face the Giants, who are still 2 games up in the National League West. The Dodgers lost again yesterday. Dodgers will play later on against Colorado. In fact, there's already 4 games that are underway around Major League Baseball aside from this one.
And the Giants will train it down to D.C.
Big series against the Nationals beginning tomorrow. Crawford takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Just a bit outside.
A lot of interchangeable parts for Bruce Bochy's ball club with regards to the offense. These guys can hit anywhere in the lineup.
One ball and 2 strikes. Well, since the All-Star break, the Giants 4-13. Their winning percentage the worst in Major League Baseball. Shocking, to be honest with you. Braves won yesterday, so they're at 7-11. Diamondbacks have been an interesting team this year, if only because they thought they would battle for the top spot in the division. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Crawford. Check swing foul ball to stay alive. Toss over to first. Pagan does have good wheels. And a base hit it to right field, and the Giants will take a 1-0 lead. That was a hanger, and Crawford stayed with it. So he picks up his 3rd RBI, or 3rd hit of the series. And just like last night, the Giants take a 1st inning lead. That is the 39th run they've scored this year in the 1st inning.
And just no finish on that breaking ball up in the zone, and oof. Crawford's not going to miss that one, especially with that hole open on the right side.
So 1-0 Giants. Runners on first and second. Brandon Belt the batter. Belt with 4 RBIs in the series. Hitting .286, 12 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Let's see if he can roll a ground ball here. He's up in the zone. That's the only concern at this point, Ben, even with these last couple of pitches. was a good pitch there. 94
Sure
down. Only 6 first-inning runs allowed by Velasquez this year. Ooh. Come on, Dan, open it up a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It actually was off the plate. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 outs. First strikeout for Velasquez. Early on this year, when he's needed it, he's been able to pop that strikeout.
Also able to rush it up there at 95. But that's the spot I'm talking about. That's why it's one of my keys. You can pitch these lefties hard at the belt, but until they make the adjustment down and away, which they weren't able to do last night, stay with that pitch. Of course, that's 95 on the D's on the black. Do that every time you be in Cooperstown.
Line drive caught by Tommy Joseph, and the side is retired. So the Giants settle for 1. They leave a couple. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Giants 1, Phillies coming up. First inning, Cesar Hernandez is all ready to go. So let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Hernandez, Altair, and Franco, followed by Tommy Joseph, Carlos Ruiz, and Jimmy Paredes. And then the bottom third of Tyler Goodell, Freddie Galvis, and Vince Velasquez. And they will face the left-hander Matt Moore, making his first start in a Giants uniform after being acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays for the very popular Matt Duffy. Those are his numbers with the Rays. Second appearance against the Phillies. Although he pitched against the Phillies this past spring and pitched a heck of a game. There's a scouting report on him. He's got at least 6 innings in 10 consecutive starts. So he is all the way back from the Tommy John surgery that he had a couple of years ago.
A very good fastball, about 93. But one thing the Phillies cannot do is chase the high fastball. He likes to ride that heater up in the zone. It looks good, but you're not going to catch up to it.
And, 3 balls and 1 strike. Cesar's done most of his damage in this series from the left side of the plate. He'll be followed by Aaron Altair. And there's ball 4. So he works out a walk. He's been on base now 7 times in this series. Today's Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Darlene Lindell of Newark, Delaware. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, and Darlene will win $100. McDonald's mix and match any 2 for $2.50 on McDonald's Big Pick 2 menu.
Good luck, Darlene.
Altair is coming up. Altair 6 for 23 in the series. Aaron had a very interesting moment in last night's ball game. On the base hit by Maikel Franco, he was more inclined to celebrate than to get to the second base bag.
He wanted to get that party started.
One ball with no strikes to him. It took about an hour last night before Mike McConey, who's one of the Phillies official scorers, who's excellent, finally interpreted the rule that gave Franco a base hit. But then Elias, the official statistician of Major League Baseball, called Mike this morning and said, "Nah, we've done some checking. It's a fielder's choice because of the force play at second base." So it's an RBI for Franco, but it's not a base hit. Now, Aaron was talked to about it by Larry Boa right away last night. Bo just felt like he had to tell him right then so he would never do it again.
Is that what you're calling it, a talking to?
A little talking to, a little chit chat. Aaron hits it to right center field. Denard Span going back. He's not going to get there. It's off the scoreboard. Cesar to third. He's being waved home. The ball was bobbled for a moment by Span, and the Phillies have tied it up at 1. Another extra base hit for Aaron Altair. And it's a 1-1 game here at the bottom of the first.
Just another leadoff walk scoring, Tom. But I'm liking this approach here by Aaron Altair. He did it with the home run the other night off Madison Bumgarner. He does it on this pitch, down and away. He goes down and gets it, but finishes high. That's just a great piece of hitting. He tries to pull that ball. He's going to smother it to shortstop. 6-4-3 double play, but not on that one. Good base running by Cesar. He knows that ball's going to get down. He scores easily.
So Altair's in scoring position. Let's see if Franco can keep it going. Franco, 5 RBIs in this series, 7 against the Giants this year. The first pitch to him is up high, 1-0. Both starters now having a little trouble with command. 11 pitches for Matt Moore, 7 balls. Moore faced the Phillies last year in the regular season, allowed 4 earned runs in 4 2/3. That ball is crushed. It's going to go foul. But that is what they like to call an ooh-ah. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Franco.
I started telling a story last night before I was so rudely interrupted by Ryan Howard's home run. Hey, Brown got crossed up there as well. He goes down. He thinks it's going to be a breaking ball. That would have hit him square in the chest.
That would have hurt.
But Ryan hit that home run, which is awesome. But walking through the batting cage, you see Maikel on the tee. Even big leaguers hit off the tee. It's a great thing to use.
Over to third. Gillespie backs up on it. Looks Altair back to the second base pad. Well, Mike Cal had our Geico quote of the day after the game last night in the Phillies' resilience. We play as a team and never give up. We have a lot of energy and everyone does something for the team. That's what the game is about. If you do the little things, you'll have success. I think at this point that does tell you a lot about the personality of the Phillies, that they have to do the little things to have success. Like Luis Garcia's bunt last night. How big that was.
Mike Cal was very impressed by that.
Tommy Joseph, the hitter, 1 for 6 of the series with a run scored. 1 ball and no strikes. I don't think Brown was crossed up. I think it was just a tough pitch. Buster Posey getting the day off. Brown's been a good backup catcher for the Giants. See Tommy Joseph's numbers on the year. Pretty darn good rookie year. Outside 2-0. Tommy was hit by a pitch in the 12th inning of last night's ball game and wound up scoring the winning run. All right, so he's the cleanup hitter for the Phils. Is he going to get a green light here? 3-0?
Yes. Now, is he comfortable with swinging 3-0? Another story. Matt loved it. I didn't like it.
And he could get the green light. Good pitch by Moore. It was away. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. You saw those numbers by Moore. It's part of what we were talking about. Over his last 10 outings, he's gone 6 innings or more. His ERA is 2.81 during those 10 outings. But he's been even better lately. Ball 4. Second walk issued by Moore. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television. Change the language to the menu on your cable box. Bill and Angel were here early. They are wide awake. They were given tours. They're ready for some baseball. Carlos is average at 255, but look what he's done over his last 18 games. After changing his stance, he is more upright.
His feet are closer together.
He had a hitting streak end in his last ball game. This is his first appearance on this homestand. How about what Pete said last night? You know, people were wondering, were you thinking about pinch running for Cameron Rupp at one point? He said, I thought about it. He said, but I was holding on to Ruiz, and if Ruiz was going to get into the game, he was going to get in as part of a double switch, and he was going to play second base. His original position.
Yeah.
Opposite way, Belt knocks it down, goes to second for 1, and no return throw. Well, he hit it hard, but it was right at the first baseman.
I thought it was for sure a hit for Carlos, but unfortunately have Brandon Belt over there at first base. How far off the line he's playing. He does have a great arm for a first baseman.
hold Ruiz on with Jimmy Paredes up. Pete liked the way the lineup looked the other night against the left-hander, so he figured he'd go with a similar one again today. And that includes Paredes and Tyler Goodell, who's in the on-deck circle. Part of that's also the matchup against whatever lefty's out there. Ground ball foul, and it's 0-2. Here's Goodell. He had a base hit in last night's ball game. Oh, look out. Into the crowd. Up to the 7th row. And a battle now for the souvenir. Keep alive, everybody.
Incoming. Looks like everyone's okay down there.
So interesting. More often than not, players just let them keep the bat and just go right to another bat. It's almost as if they've broken their bat and need to exchange it. It used to be that they would get the bat from the fan, keep using it, and then give the fan one of their other bats.
Speaking of bats, I learned today that there are 32 officially licensed bat companies permitted in Major League Baseball. 32.
Well, put that in perspective. How many when you played?
I would say at the most 5.
Paredes checked his swing. No swings, says Dale Scott. Ruiz was off and running from first on a little bit of a delay, so he'll get a stolen base. Well, I guess if you're a bat company, you attach yourself to a specific player.
It's just that it really just blew my mind. I had no idea there were that many.
Why don't you open up your own bat company? Chopper over toward third. Big hop for Connor Gillespie. Gives himself a few extra steps as he tosses over to first. And that'll do it for the Phillies here in the bottom of the first. They do tie it up on the double by Aaron Altair. We'll head to the second. Friday, August 12th, when the Phillies take on the Colorado Rockies. On that night, Jim Thome will be inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame. Come on out early for the great ceremonies that will take place here at Citizens Bank Park. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. That's the print that will be given out to all fans. That is compliments of Toyota. We move to the second. Joe Panik will lead it off. 0 for 9 in the series. 2 for 23 since coming off the disabled list. Panik's one of those guys that took the Giants by storm when he first came up from the minor leagues. They've had over the last 5 years or so one player after another that comes up or comes over in a trade that has made an impact on their team. He was one of them. Last year it was Matt Duffy. I mean, Duffy was fantastic for the Giants. That's why it was difficult for the Giants fans to wave goodbye when he went to Tampa in the trade for Matt Moore. Outside, 2-1. Vince lost the baseball.
Might need that. I think Dan Izzoni opened it up there.
Just a little bit. Fly ball, shallow center field. Aaron Altair glides in, sunglasses on, has a beat on it. Trevor Brown's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph, what's going on in this series between the Phils and the Giants?
I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty good season series between the two teams. 3 games in San Francisco back in June, and the 3 games here in Philadelphia. And the Phillies have, well, they fared pretty well against this team, a team that many thought would go to the World Series. Take a look at the numbers. They've won 3 out of the 5 games so far, and if you go right down the numbers, they really kind of favor the Phillies all the way down. More runs, more hits, the batting average is better, ERA better. Only the strikeouts favor the Giants. And when you talk about close games, how about 4 of the 5 games so far between these two teams have come down to 1 run, and in all 3 Phillies victories, they've come from behind. So already they've come from behind today after trailing 1-0. So guys, I think we're trending in the right direction. I'm very optimistic today.
I would think the Giants fans are sitting there thinking, can we just stop playing the Phillies?
I would think they are probably done with us. Yeah.
It's nice to see that the Phillies were able to already win the series and now go for the sweep against an excellent team. On the outside corner, 1-2.
I walked down to the Giants clubhouse just to say hello to my former skipper and Bruce Bochy, and I went in the office and he looked like he's just not panicking, but he looked exasperated. I say, good luck the rest of the season. He said, luck. He said, we'll take any we can get right now.
Yeah, because we showed that graphic where they are since the All-Star break. They're fortunate that their lead is still 2.
Yeah.
In the National League West.
They'll be fine. They have too good a ball club to AC Boch.
Way inside, 2-2.
Great pitch. Very effective.
There's the division. Rockies are 7 back. Brown takes inside. Broken bat, pop up, foul territory, first base side. Tommy Joseph with the basket catch over the shoulder. Way to stay with it. 2 outs.
He gave a fan a high five. Run on your toes. Run on your toes. Make sure that ball doesn't hop on you in the air. Nice play there by Tommy. He gives that fan a high five.
One thing we have learned about Tommy Joseph in the time that we've gotten to know him, we've gotten to know him better this year, even though we saw him in spring training a couple times. He is fairly mellow. And I think part of it is what we've talked about, that it took him a while to get to this point. So he's kind of embraced everything that's around him. Doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Saw that Pittsburgh when he was fooling around with the parrot. 1-1 pitch to Moore. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a 1-2-3 second inning. Well, that's a nice bounce back inning for Velasquez. Tommy Joseph helped the cause. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Giants, the Phillies tied up at 1. Tommy was up early. We appreciate that on Breakfast on Broad today. That was earlier today, by the way. Earlier today.
Earlier
yeah.
today.
After a late night last night. Did you ever take that family photo with the Josephs?
I did not. I wasn't able to get down there.
Yeah, in Arizona.
In Arizona.
There's Tyler Goodell, 205. 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. The outside corner, 0-1.
Well, he said I had better hair, but I'd love to have had his pop.
He does have some pop.
Whew.
I'd like to see what kind of an arm comparison you would have behind the plate. You had a very good arm, and he's, just from what we've seen at first base,
yeah,
he can fire it. Swing and a miss.
It is a great feeling to throw someone out at second base or third base or make a nice defensive play behind the plate, but there's nothing like hitting the ball in the gap. Or hits are the best.
Ground ball to shortstop. Crawford to his left, quickly to first. Introducing Storm Ranger 10 from NBC 10, the only Doppler radar system on wheels. It goes to the storm before the storm reaches you. For the most accurate, most reliable weather information anywhere, trust your NBC 10 First Alert weather team and Storm Ranger 10. Count on it.
Freddie needs a big day at the plate.
Freddie 1 for 9 in this series, 4 for 9 against the Giants. Oh, 2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Cleveland leads Minnesota 4-2. Carlos Santana, a 3-run home run. Cleveland sitting atop the American League Central by 2 games over Detroit. Tigers have won 8 of 10. Man, they have a good lineup. Galvis fouls it back.
I think Freddie right-handed more so than left-handed. I see the plane of his shoulders raising up. Now I'd like to see him just stay level. If you raise up, it's going to change your eye level. You know, obviously your head's going to move as well. You want to keep that head as quiet as possible.
He waves at that pitch in the dirt, and he's tagged out for the second out. And that's the first strikeout for Matt Moore.
Curveball in the dirt. And you have to respect that 94-95 that Moore will throw at you. Maybe Freddie just started to get started a little too soon.
Velasquez takes a healthy hack and fouls it back. Oh, 2. And a strike 3 call. So Velasquez goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Matt Moore. We'll head to the third, tied up at 1. Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Ben, here's the question. Who are the last 2 pitchers to be named LCS and World Series MVPs in the same season? LCS and World Series MVPs in the same season. Does kind of make you go, Bernard Span leads it off here in the top of the third. And he hits one off the end of the bat on one hop. Flag down by Hernandez. Zips it over to first. One away.
Oh, he's had a nice play. He retreats on it nicely, but the problem with that play is the bounce. Was it going to stay down? Was it going to bounce up to him? Ball's off the end of the bat, so it has some spin on it. Plants his feet, makes a good strong throw to Tommy Joseph at first base. That's an excellent play. And it was on one pitch, which is even better.
Angel Pagan is now up. Pagan walked his first time up. Fastball. Outside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. We mentioned Pagan walked his first time up. Since that time, first inning Velasquez was struggling with his command. Second inning not so much. First batter here, of course, he retired him on the first pitch. Fouls it off his foot. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, will provide you with every out-of-market game live in HD and over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Here's Hunter Pence. And he takes inside. Pence fly to center his first time up. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on a miss. Throw to second base by Ruiz is not in time. Pagan's able to swipe the bag. Cesar pointed to the dugout. Pagan did get a decent jump. Carlos did throw a strike. But right now Pagan has his 10th stolen base of the year.
You want to talk about on the money. This ball is on the money. Boy, that's a good throw by Chooch.
I think he's out. Yeah, he's out.
He's out.
He is out. So they will review it. I know we said that a lot last night. There was a lot of conversation about the reviews last night. Essentially, each team gets a review opportunity. If the umpires do not overturn a particular play, then they will lose their review. But then later on in the game, they can request it from the crew chief, and the crew chief says, well, I'm going to review everything if I can. Oh, yeah, he's out. There's the tag right on the backside. Hand is not on the bag.
What a throw.
We said his throws have been much better. He's adjusted something mechanically, Ben.
But his balls aren't sinking when they're getting to second base anymore. I mean, he's getting to his feet. He's getting out in front. But the follow through on Chooch is down past his left shin guard. That's what creates all that carry on the ball. That's outstanding.
There's Bob Davidson. He made the call. He's there with Dale Scott, the crew chief. New York is on the horn, and they ran up a pretty good bill last night. But essentially what the umpires have said is that if it's requested by the manager after the 6th inning, they're going to review most things because they don't want to get it wrong. So the tag is already made. His hand isn't on the bag, and he is out, according to Dale Scott. It's a strikeout, throw out, double play for Carlos Ruiz. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Middle of the 3rd. Phillies 1, Giants 1. Park before the ball game. She was waving to the crowd after she was introduced. Got a chance to say hi to the Fanatic as well. And it seems to be an annual occurrence that we can catch up with one of the greatest sports figures, one of the greatest female figures in all of our lifetime. And Greg Murphy's with Billie Jean.
Absolutely, Tom, and it is certainly a pleasure each and every year to get a chance to talk to Billie Jean King. And welcome back to Philadelphia. Hey, we've got World Team Tennis in Philadelphia, and you've been playing this week. You play again tonight. Tell us about it.
Washington last night. We won. We've won our first 4 games. We only have a 2-week season this year because of the Olympics, because the calendar's crowded. But we have 4 in a row next week starting on Wednesday, and we just hope everybody come out and yell and scream for our team. We have a great team. They're brutes this year. The women are 6 6'3", and the men are 6'5", and the chemistry is great, and I hope that everyone will come out and root for the team. We play Springfield tonight, and then next week we've got Roddick coming in, who's playing with the New York Empire. But it's just, I want people to come out. We're not quiet. We have the player. We have the teams on the bench, just like in basketball. They're out on the court. We have coaching. We have substitution. I mean, it's crazy. And so we beat Washington last night. It was huge. They won 6 years in a row. It's like everybody's trying to beat them this year, the Castles.
We love a winner in Philadelphia, and the Philadelphia Freedoms are winning right now. So
take advantage of it. Let's go.
That's right. That's one reason to come out. It's at Villanova tonight, and as you mentioned, Wednesday of next week, and 4 straight days after that.
Tonight they can have a photo with the actual NCAA trophy that Villanova won this year. So, God, what a last-minute second play that was.
You're a sports fan through and through.
Basketball. I grew up with basketball first.
Tell us a little bit about I've been to many World Team Tennis matches. They are a little different, and they are a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about.
Well, it's really about the competition first. It's intense because it's cumulative scoring. So every time you win a game, it's a point for the team. It's not like you have to win a set and all that. It's tight. It's no ad scoring. It keeps moving. It takes about 2.5 hours to play. We have men and women on the team. We have a set of men's and women's singles, a set of men's and women's doubles, a set of mixed. And I mean, it is intense. It's very dramatic, many more dramatic moments during a team tennis match than regular tennis.
And we were talking before the interview, guys, and you'll get a kick out of this because Billie Jean said to me, we would like the Philadelphia fans to be a little more outspoken and loud. DC, you don't hear that very often.
DC's crazy, and I want you to get more loud when they come out. We had a great crowd the first night. That actually is the best crowd we've ever had, I think, so far. And it was a great match. Nobody left. Not one person left. It was unbelievable to see the crowd stay and just absolutely stay in it. But they really like our team this year, and I do too. We've got guys from all over the world, and we've got Sam Crawford, who's won the juniors before, and now she's coming into her own. She's 21. So we have Brody from the UK, and we have players from all over the world. But you've got Martin, who's just big and brute. He's a brute. I love it. He hit a tweener the other day, a Patsy shot. That means between your legs, running back, boom, between the legs. The crowd went crazy. So that's what we want. But they're really competitive, and I think we have a chance to win the championship this year. But I hate to say that. I'll knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on my head. That's a good idea. Before I let you go, it's just ironic that you're here when the San Francisco Giants are here, because folks may not know this, but you have a connection. Your brother, Randy Moffett, pitched for the San Francisco Giants.
10 years with the Giants, and we almost got traded to the Phillies. Randy and I were just talking about it the other day. He said, I almost got traded. I said, well, what happened? He says, I don't know, but he ended up playing 12 years in the majors, which is such a blessing. Any guy that walks out on that field should know every day it is a blessing. It's an opportunity to be a Major League Baseball player, for me to be able to travel the world and play tennis. Every time I step on a court, I go, thank you, God. I am so blessed. But, I'm so blessed to be the owner of the Freedoms. Playing for the Freedoms, Elton John writing Philadelphia Freedom for me and the team. So we have a national... Philadelphia Freedom by Elton John's like the anthem now. I keep hearing it. I go to offices, people are playing it, and I go, oh, this is our anthem. And I go, well, do you know the history? I said, we got lucky. And Elton loves Philly, and he loves the Freedoms, and we have a great signature song. And so, I don't know. Anyway, I want everybody to come out to Villanova, the pavilion, and you might want to come out now because it's maybe they're going to finally refurbish it, which I'm hoping, but you never know.
Well, it is always great to have you here, and always great to have you back in Philadelphia. So, folks, PhiladelphiaFreedoms.com if you want to get information on how to get out to Villanova. Thanks so much for being here.
Come on, you guys. Come on out and help the team. Let's win.
How can you say no to that, guys? All right, we're all headed there tonight.
We need you. I need you. The Freedoms need you. The team needs you. Thanks.
We'll see you guys. We'll send it back to you.
Well, a great advocate for tennis and for team tennis.
She didn't forget her coffee this morning.
No, she is. She loves to promote the game of tennis. That ball is rocketed.
Isn't it great to see someone with that amount of passion for something, though? I really do like to see that.
Murph is getting all the information he can about team tennis. I guess Murph's not going to San Diego. He said he's going out tonight to the Freedom. There's a fly ball to left field. Angel Pagan is under it. And the Phillies go down in order here in the third. 7 in a row retired by Matt Moore. We remain tied at 1. As we go to the fourth. Confidential documents hand the game ball over to Fellows, the most trusted name in the game, to get the job done. Delivered for free by who but W.B. Mason. Top of the fourth inning, Giants and the Phils tied at 1. Brandon Crawford's going to lead things off against Vince Velasquez. Velasquez helped out by his catcher in the last inning on the strikeout throw-out double play. Crawford has the lone RBI for the Giants. And it's 0-1.
There's that spot. Just keep going to it. Shoots set up, down and away. That's a good changeup. Good movement on that changeup. A little firm, but good movement.
His velocity has deviated from 91 to 96 with his fastball. And that's okay to start it high, bring it down. I mean, he has it in the tank if he needs it. And that's a good thing for a young right-hander.
Bounce it.
He tried to. Maybe a little bit too far away from the plate.
Yeah, that was a short one. It was a ball out of the hand.
So the average for this season, his fastball is averaging 94. Changeup, I'm intrigued by that the average is 87. Only because a lot of his changeups are 89 to 90.
He's just using that changeup more as a two-seamer, because his ball will cut at times, his fastball.
Swing and a miss. He got him. That was the changeup that floated toward the outside part of the plate, and that's what we're talking about. 90 miles an hour on that changeup.
But it's the movement, and we've talked about this many times. Bob McClure says he's just not. He's tried different grips. It's like a left-handed slider. He's tried different grips just to take the velocity off of baseball, but he's gone to this three-finger changeup. And it's really not so much of a changeup as it is a two-seamer with good movement. He's relying more on that movement to get outs.
Here's Brandon Belt, and he takes outside. Rolls over on it, 1-1. Center field, and Aaron Altair doesn't have to go back too far. With 2 down, Connor Gillespie, the only guy that has faced Velasquez before today. Ground ball foul, and it's 0-1. Nice to start ahead with 2 men down, which is what he's done here. Interesting note that the Phillies sent out about Velasquez at home this year. In the first inning, his ERA is 3.24, and then after the first inning, from the second inning on, in all of his outings, and includes the 16 strikeout game, his ERA is 1.04 here at home.
That is something.
See the splits: 4 wins at home, 4 on the road, but the ERA is much different. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Connor Gillespie. Swing and a miss. He went up the ladder and got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Velasquez, his second 1-2-3 inning of the day. He hasn't allowed a hit since the first. Let's see if his offense can give him the lead. Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com to find your RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go Phils. Last of the fourth inning. Both these starting pitchers seem to have settled in. A little different story than what we've seen the last couple of nights. Although, you know what, Phil Klein, who was sent out last night after the game, he did his job last night. I mean, after he, you know, brushed aside the butterflies in the first inning. He allowed 4 runs, but he kept the Phillies within reach, and they wound up winning it. Tommy Joseph walked his first time up. One ball and 1 strike. Boy, Tommy was jumping at that pitch.
He was.
There.
He was flying.
I think that happens a lot, Ben. I mean, you would know better than me against a pitcher like Matt Moore. He's not going to overpower you, but sometimes you have to stop yourself from jumping after.
You do. Almost looked like he was looking for a pitch in and wanted to clear his hips.
Which is not a bad idea.
No. Because Moore will work the inside part of the plate to righties. Here I'd have to look for something out over the plate. Drive it to right center.
Ball 4. And he's walked for the second time. That's the 3rd walk issued by Moore. Well, when the Phillies come back on the next homestand, they'll play the Rockies. That's Wall of Fame weekend. Then the Dodgers are in town. They wrap up the Dodgers series on Thursday, August 18th. And after the game, Chase Rice, country music star, will perform a post-game concert. First ever concert post-game here at Citizens Bank Park. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. Go to Phillies.com/Chase Rice for more information. Carlos, a fielder's choice his first time up. He hit it sharply. Now, if he hits it that spot here, Brandon Belt's covering the bag at first, so that'll be a base hit. Just so happens against lefties, a lot of teams play the Phillies right-handed batters where Belt was when Ruiz hit the ball last time.
And I know Pence has a good arm, but I have no idea why he plays so deep. He is way out there in right field. Few steps in from the warning track. I don't get it. How deep he is.
I think it's because he's more comfortable coming in.
I guess. He just can't sit still, can he?
No. Phillies are doing a good job of making more work and letting those pitches go by. Jimmy Paredes is on deck. Carlos lifts it in the air to center field. Not deep. Denard Span coming in. He's under it. And back to first goes Tommy Joseph. Paredes grounded out or bounced out to third. 0-2. Brady's has been no balls and 2 strikes the first 2 times he's been up. Try to fight back here with a runner at first. On the outside corner. Boy, that's a pitcher's pitch.
Brady's almost looked like he's stepping out and looking for that ball in, but that's a good pitch.
It's a great 2-strike pitch. Phillies fans, next time you want to grab Phillies seats, get the StubHub app. Not only will you find seats you'll love, whatever you want, you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the price and location of seats and show you which tickets at StubHub give you the best deal. So get the StubHub app today. Tyler Goodell grounded out his last time up. 1-0. Matt Moore, when he was playing with the Tampa Bay Rays, Ben, he wore number 55. So there was a big to-do when he was traded over to the Giants, because that's Tim Lincecum's number, and the equipment manager said, I wasn't going to give anybody 55 this year. Matt Moore said, I'm not really tied to it. It was just the number that was in my locker when I got to the big leagues. So he was totally fine with putting number 45 on. Lincecum, of course, now pitching in the Angels organization. Matt Moore at one point, and this was his best year, back in 13, won 17 games at an ERA of 3.29. That's why he's among the leaders in winning percentage in Rays history. When you think about it, it's not a bad pickup. A, because it gives you another left-hander, different than Madison Bumgarner. But he's under control with team options for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I really like him.
Goodell takes outside. That'll put runners on first and second.
He will infuriate you with that, but he's a mid-90s lefty, good hook, decent changeup, and when he's on, he can command both sides of the plate with that fastball.
Well, here's Freddie, who had trouble with him in his first at-bat. One of 3 strikeouts for Matt Moore. Chopper to third, foul, and it's 0-1. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, White Sox are on top of the Tigers 6-1. Jose Abreu, his 12th home run. Now he's having a down year home run wise. A 32-game homerless streak for Abreu.
That's hard to do in that ballpark, too.
First home run since the 23rd of June, particularly for him. Off the end of the bat, well, Freddie's really reaching. And it's 0-2.
Freddie's definitely one of those guys where if he's struggling, he's going to be the guy that want to make it happen. Instead of trying to get into a better count, he just seems like he flips the switch and gets overly aggressive.
Dribbles that one foul. And he may say, all right, well, he's out on his front foot a lot. They are trying to get him to be out on his front foot, but to keep his hands back. You know, they've talked about having Freddie kind of hit like Ichiro hits. Now it's hard to hit like Ichiro hits, but just kind of peppering the ball.
Yeah.
When it's in certain spots.
And I think that'll make him come down on the ball more.
That's the thought. Now it's easier said than done, particularly when you're a switch hitter. Swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball, 95 for Moore, and the Phillies leave a couple base runners here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 of the books still tied at 1. We'll head to the 5th here in South Philadelphia. Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Buy McDonald's. Mix and match any two for just $2.50 on McDonald's McPick 2 menu. And buy your local Ford stores. Joe Panik leads it off as we go to the 5th inning. Good pitch by Velasquez to start it off. Breaking ball, little slider.
I like that.
Down and away, 1-1.
I like it for the simple fact that we've watched this Giants offense be more aggressive as the game progressed. So start them off with a little wrinkle. First pitch. I love it.
Line drive, base hit for Panik. And that ends an 0 for 10 stretch in this series. He had been 2 for his last 24 before that single. Have a consumer complaint? Harry Hairston and the NBC 10 response team can help. Just visit NBC10.com or call 610-668-7377. NBC 10 responds. Count on it. Harry was here yesterday. He was pitching and hitting in the celebrity softball game. He barreled it up.
Level swing, Tom.
Outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Trevor Brown, we mentioned he's been a good backup catcher for the Giants. This is his 126th at bat. Buster Posey, if he's not catching, a lot of times is playing first, and Brandon Belt gets a day off. But today it's Posey who gets the day off. I wonder if having a backup catcher when your primary catcher is Buster Posey is even more important to have somebody that could provide more offense. I mean, because Posey's an all-around catcher. You know, he's a good defender, he's a good game caller, and he's a good hitter.
Yes.
And if he's not in the lineup, I mean, that's a huge void on both ends.
You look at some ball clubs where their backup catcher is literally just there to give the starting catcher a breather, and they don't expect anything from him, from some of their numbers. But with Brown, like you said, he's been very productive. But that's a big hole to fill when Buster Posey is out of the lineup.
Inside, 3-2. Did that hit him? Oh, I'm sorry, that was ball 4. Thought it was 2-2. So ball 4, and that puts Brown at first. Dan Iassogna is out to the mound. I wonder if he's got a blister going there. Iassogna took a look at the finger. So now Sean Ficazzi, the Phillies athletic trainer, is coming out. Blister forms, Ben, mostly from the breaking pitch. Depends, I guess, where it is.
Yeah, it depends on just how you grip the ball and where the seam touches your finger. Never thought blisters were an issue until they popped.
We saw that last pitch right inside. So Matt Moore is coming up. He'll try to sacrifice the runners up to second and third. He struck out his first time up. And he takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Now, Tommy Joseph, we talked about his strong throwing arm as well. He's crashing hard enough. Panic isn't a burner at second base. He might have a shot here at third.
Just overthrowing these first 2 pitches. Here in the 5th inning, he's already at 81 pitches with nobody out. Since the first inning, the 2 teams have combined for just 1 hit. Ball's butted up the third base line. Franco looked at second. Well, you want to butt it toward the third baseman if you're Matt Moore. Wow. I wonder if Franco took a step back, if maybe he could have fielded it and then peeled back to third for a force. It was hit so hard. So the sacrifice is successful.
Could have gotten back to third base, stretched out like he's a first baseman, right. And let the ball come to him.
I guess it was dying a little bit.
That's too much to think about anyway. When you can get an out, get it. Great punt, though.
And out Denard Span. The corners are up. Span is 1 for 2. Takes a breaking ball. Phillies do have Severino Gonzalez, who's starting to throw in the bullpen. Four hits combined, 2 runs combined between the 2 teams. Out of play, and it's 1-2. Center field. That ball's pretty well hit. Alter's going back. He'll get under it. Makes the catch. Runner will score from third. And then going to third base is Trevor Brown. 2-1. Giants on top of a sac fly by Denard Span.
ABC baseball for the Giants. Get them over, get them in. If he can keep it just to that 1 run this inning, I'll take that.
Absolutely. Considering the first 2 runners got on base with a single and a walk. Here's Pagan, who has been walked twice.
You think they have Severino up because of pitch count or because of the blister?
I think it's both at this point. I mean, he's at 90 pitches now. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. I can't see him if he gets through this inning. I can't see him batting in the bottom of the 5th. Might be pulled foul, and it's 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. 94 on the heater. Side is retired. A run does score on the sacrifice fly by Denard Span. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Phils down by 1, 2-1. Brought to you by Citizens Bank. How about the months that these guys have had? Our defender of the month, Jorge Alfaro, 22 games, 15 base runners caught stealing. Andrew Poulin for the Reading Fightins, 346 with 15 RBIs in the month. He's the hitter of the month. And Nick Fenty is the pitcher of the month, 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA, the lefty from the Gulf Coast League. Now the dynamic duo last night, Hoskins hit his 31st and Cousins hit 3. He hit 28, 29, and 30. The first DL teammates to hit 30 home runs since '81. The Glens Falls White Sox, Ron Kittle and Randy Johnson. Not the pitcher, but the hitter, Randy Johnson. Cody Ashley leads it off as a pinch hitter.
Well, that's slugging percentage for the night.
Yeah. Well, Cousins had 7 RBIs last night. Damage. Elvis Araujo warming in the pen. Cody Ashley lifts it to left. Fagot is under it. Thanks to the folks in Reading. Here are the 3 home runs by Cousins. Opposite way. Oh, to right center field. That one looked out off the bat. And that one he just golfed.
About that balance.
I mean, these are not fence scrapers here. They're not wall scrapers. Cesar Hernandez shows bunt against Moore. So Moore now, we're looking at what he's done. 4 1/3, 1 hit. His issues have been the free passes that he's given out. I wonder if he'll just walk the ballpark if you give him a chance. He's allowed 4 walks, which is ties his season high. Cesar's one of those walks that came back in the first and he scored. He also struck out in the third. Off his foot, and it remains 1-2. On the outside corner. And Cesar strikes out for the second time. The Phillies come off this road trip. It'll be alumni weekend here at Citizens Bank Park. Friday, August 12th, Toyota Jim Thome Wall of Fame induction. A commemorative print to all fans. Saturday the 13th is Phillies alumni night, and Sunday the 14th is Toyota Phillies Wall of Fame Fathead, free to all fans. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. All right, Aaron Altair is now the batter. He has the RBI today for the Phillies. Well, you can see what his pattern is. He's trying to get that pitch inside to get them off the outer edge of the plate. Altair, I think, thinks he went around. Please worry about his wrist when he does that.
You think you're going to get a good strike and he doesn't throw it, and you I got to check my swing.
Well, after 7 scoreless last night, the Phillies bullpen is going to be shouldered with the responsibility of today's game. After Cody Ashley pinch hit for Vince Velasquez. Low ball 3, 3-2.
Good take there.
7-3 ball counts for Matt Moore. Elvis Araujo had been warming up. David Hernandez has an itch.
Like a bear up against a tree.
Yeah. Check swing, ball 4, 5 walks for Matt Moore. He certainly has left the door open for the Phillies. There's Elvis. He went to get a douse of water for a moment. Maikel Franco will be the batter. He is 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He's also flied to left.
I question that pitch selection there by Matt Moore. 3-2 hook. Aaron Altair. I know he's hot, but I have a 94, 95 mile-an-hour fastball. It's the 5th inning. I'm going to let that ride. Take my chances.
Franco hits it foul. Franco is 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He's also flied out to left. He has reached 100 hits on the season. He did so with last night's game winner, his first walk-off base hit or walk-off RBI. Can't say base hit anymore, Ben. Ground ball to shortstop. Crawford backs up on it, flips to second in time to get Altair. And the Phillies go down quietly here in the fifth. No runs, no hits, one man left. Phillies haven't had a hit since the first inning. We'll head to the sixth. They're down 2-1. Has heated up during this hot summer month. While the temperature has risen, so has the production of Maikel Franco. After starting July off with a 10-game hit streak, he has batted above 300 for most of the month, and his power has soared as well. The Phillies' third baseman has produced more home runs and more RBIs in July than any other complete month since June of last season. He's hot at the hot corner, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Phillies trail at 2-1 as we go to the top of the sixth inning here in Philadelphia. Just one hit for the Phillies. It was the double by Altair that drove in the only run for the Phillies. Well, this young lady received one heck of a round of applause just a few moments ago as she got a chance to dance with the Fanatic in between innings.
Standing O by the fans.
The reaction from the fans, which was quiet at first, and then they realized that the young girl was dancing along with the Fanatic. It was just an incredible moment to see. Hunter Pence fouls the first pitch off from Elvis Araujo, and it's no balls and one strike. Elvis's numbers at Lehigh Valley, 2.84 ERA. His numbers at the bottom with the Phils, 5.87. That one's floated out toward left center. That's going to drop for a hit for Pence. So he's aboard with a leadoff single.
Another base hit on a slider. Off speed pitch.
Well, this is what the bullpen did last night, and they're going to need to do something similar here today. The Phillies down 2-1.
They were just excellent last night. They really were.
Crawford 1 for 2. And what we talked about is that they did it so efficiently. No balls and 1 strike to Crawford. Crawford hitting just a hair over 200 since the All-Star break. Guy that's among the league leaders in defensive runs saved at shortstop. We've seen him pick it a few times during this series. Fly ball right center field, and Aaron Altair is under it. And Pence goes back to first. 1 away. And that brings Brandon Belt to the plate. Looking on the Giants Twitter feed, the team's Twitter feed, they had a picture of Crawford and Belt wearing T-shirts. I don't know if they sell these T-shirts. They may. But the T-shirt said, "Brandons are awesome." Guys have come through the system together. As Belt fouls it away. It's 0-1.
That strikes me as a T-shirt a player would have made up. Brett Boone used to have T-shirts made up and give them to his teammates.
About the Brett?
About the Boone.
Oh, about the Boone. That's right. I said it wrong.
My favorite was, "I know the Boone."
What if he still gives them out?
He might.
I cut the Boone's lawn. Two balls, 2 strikes. Giants have put a right-handed hitter in the on-deck circle, Eduardo Nunez, for Cole Gillespie, with the lefty Elvis Araujo on the mound. Elvis at nearly 6'6" is a tough matchup for a lefty when he's throwing strikes. 'Cause there's some downward plane right there. There you go. Fastball at 92, jumped right at Belt. 2 outs, and here comes Nunez.
Plus he's thrown across his body. Cannot be comfortable for a lefty. That's just, here it is, hit it if you can.
Eduardo Nunez over from the Twins organization, originally the property of the Yankees. He's had a couple of hits with runners in scoring position since he's been brought over, but overall hitting just a .133. 2 hits and 15 at bats. Outside and low, 1-0. Got another lefty and Joe Panic on deck. Tapper back over the mound. Cesar Hernandez has it, applies the tag, and that'll do it for the Giants in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. On to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phil's with just 1 hit, trying to get something going when we get back. dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. Buy the Pennsylvania Lottery's new Wonder Bucks Instant Game. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. It's turned out to be a nice day here in Philadelphia. Some clouds, but sunshine for most of the day. We hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you're watching Phillies baseball. A lot of camps are here at the ballpark as the end of the summer is upon us. Eduardo Nunez stays in the game to play third. Tommy Joseph takes low for Matt Moore. We were in Atlanta last weekend and saw a bunch of kids down in the stands, some Phillies fans who were living in Atlanta. They were starting school this past Monday.
Ew. Although I'm sure the parents are happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd probably get a different reaction if you ask mom and dad. Joseph has walked twice today. 10 walks in his last 21 games after 3 walks in his first 41.
It does seem like summers anymore, just a lot shorter. Both my folks are school teachers. They said that 3 reasons to teach are June, July, and August.
Ball 4. Tommy Joseph walks for the 3rd time. Time now for our GMC Precision Plays of the game. Even though he's walked a season high Phillies hitters, he still has been able to keep them off balance when he's needed to.
He's buried that fastball inside a few times, dotted a few heaters away, had him chase, but the curveball's been very good. Getting ahead with that fastball, throwing that hook for 6 strikeouts, and they are your GMC Precision Plays of the game.
94 pitches, a season high 6 walks for Matt Moore. Carlos Ruiz is the batter. Carlos hits it the opposite way foul. He's trying to get it to that hole on the right side. Hunter Strickland is warming up. There he is, the right-hander. Carlos batting 5th today. Excellent bunter, but he is the number 5 batter in today's lineup. Out to left center field. Denard Span. He'll glide under it. They said we couldn't play. An oral history of the Philadelphia Stars will air tonight at 8 p.m. on CSN. It's narrated by Ryan Howard. The documentary provides an eyewitness account to history by the men who lived it, the Philadelphia Stars of the old Negro Leagues. The film dives into their story of prejudice, injustice, triumph, and their pure love of the game, and chronicles the efforts made by the Phils and many others to keep their legacy alive. It's immediately following the film, CSN will air Never Forgotten, the Legacy of the Stars, which commemorates the passing of the last living member of the Stars, Malin Duckett, and chronicles the opening of the Phillies MLB Youth Academy. I think it's so cool that Ryan Howard voiced that documentary, a documentary that was put together by Video Dan Stevenson, Phillies Emmy Award-winning videographer. He produced and directed it. It won't be the only time it's on, but if you get a chance to sit back and watch it on CSN tonight, do it. We were given some copies of it the other day, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the pictures and of those days when they played. It's just unbelievable. And Ryan really did a remarkable job, and he's so charismatic. Ryan Howard did a remarkable job narrating it. 100 pitches now for Moore.
Pitches like that, in all my years of catching, I'd sit back there and think to myself, how the heck did you just miss that badly? I would. Like, how did that just happen?
Back toward the middle and diving stop by Panic and no play at first. Crawford didn't get over to second to get Joseph. An infield hit puts runners on first and second. Boy, Panic did a heck of a job to stop that ball.
Couldn't believe he got to it. You can't blame Crawford for not getting in the bag. I thought that ball was up the middle myself. That's how far he has to range.
Yeah, there's no way Crawford was going to get there anyway.
No. It's full extension.
Well,
all for naught.
What he also did, though, I mean, I don't know if Tommy Joseph would have tried to go to third, but he at least made sure that he was going to stop at second base. Although Tommy wasn't really at the bag yet when Panic got it. I don't know if he would have run on Span. He doesn't have the best of arms. Tommy's not the fleetest. Dave Righetti comes out for conversation. Tyler Goodell will be the batter.
Now you've seen Bruce Bochy not go to his bullpen in these situations the last couple games. See if it comes back to bite him again.
Looper out toward left field. Crawford's going back on it. He can't see it. It drops for a hit. Tommy Joseph will stop at third. And Tyler Goodell has his second hit of the series. The Phils have him loaded. And Freddie Galvis will get another chance. Last time he was up, runners were on first and second.
He just doesn't see it. Can't get back on it. Not even close to it. A good base running there by Tommy Joseph and Jimmy Paredes.
So the bases are loaded. The best speed is over at first. And they'll keep Matt Moore in to face Freddie Galvis. Taylor Featherston is out of the on deck circle. Boy, Freddie is due. 2 strikeouts today. Watch Brown, the catcher. He has no idea where the ball is.
It does happen.
Oh, man. Back toward the middle, over the mound. Panic has it, flips to second for one. Crawford to first, not in time. A run scores, and we're tied at 2.
All right.
RBI for Freddie Galvis.
Tom, can you refresh my memory? What scored?
That was a leadoff
walk.
Oh,
leadoff walk. Almost a really good turn there by the Giants, but not in time. Tommy Joseph scores. Those walks will kill you. That way, Freddie.
Taylor Featherston will pinch hit. Takes one on the inside part of the plate for a strike.
I will say that it is refreshing to actually see pitchers go more than 95 pitches.
That is true. Cueto did it yesterday.
Bumgarner did it. You just don't see it anymore.
Moore put a little bit more on that throw. I I thought his first throw over to first base was a little soft with a runner at third. Strickland's ready to go if need be in the bullpen.
Although it's not like the Phillies have really laced any hits this inning. Of course, you had the walk and the infield hit and a little blooper over shortstop. But they all count.
Oh, 2 to Featherston on the outside corner. Strike 3 call. That's been a strike most of the day. Saw it earlier in the ball game. Phillies do tie it up on the ground out by Freddie Galvis. They leave 2. We're even at 2 as we go to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Phillies and the Giants each exchanged runs in the first inning. Brandon Crawford had an RBI single in the first. How about Tommy Joseph? 3 walks, and he just scored the tying run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Both starters are out of the game. Matt Moore's 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. At least we presume he's out of the game. Velasquez left after 5. He walked 3, struck out 6, allowed 3 hits. Michael Marriott, who pitched last night, pitched a scoreless inning, will get his 2nd inning of work today. And he will face Joe Panik, Trevor Brown, and in the pitcher's spot,
Pete McCann had very nice things to say about Michael Marriott. He was very impressed with what he saw.
I think he liked more than anything was the slider that he threw. Now again, he was hoping to see him during spring training, but because of an injury he didn't get a chance to see him. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, 1-2. Panik singled and scored his last time. He's 1 for 2. Measure for the Giants, who will hit the train and head down to Washington after this game. Phillies will head out to San Diego and then Los Angeles for 6 days. And Ruiz hangs on. 1 away. Here's that slider we're talking about. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who were the last two pitchers to be named LCS and World Series MVPs in the same season?
I'm going to go with Madison Bumgarner.
Madison Bumgarner is correct.
And Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels is correct. Back to 2008. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Bumgarner was unbelievable in 2014. Cole was great too. There's no doubt about that. Phillies would not have won the World Series if not for Cole. Would not gotten to the World Series if not for Cole and our buddy Matt Stairs, Shane Victorino, and a handful of others. Outside to Brown.
Production cavity's going easy on us on getaway day. Appreciate that.
Well, John DeSangro is going to have a 5-hour plane ride. He's going to get it tightened up before we head out to San Diego. We also knew that Glenn was working. He wasn't watching today's game. Did he go? They appeal. Yes, he did. 2-2.
Yes, he did. Good call by Dale Scott at first base.
Breaking ball on the inside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for Marriott.
Kind of backs up on Michael Marriott a little bit. But Chooch does catch that pitch deep. Definitely catches plate. On those higher breaking balls, you want to catch the pitch as late as possible. So you're not reaching up. The umpire sees you reach up. Call it a ball.
Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Adrianza, who came in yesterday, A-Ray Adrianza. He'll pinch hit for Matt Moore, who's done after 6. Giants have 35 pinch hits this year. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Matt Moore, 108 pitches. That's a lot to throw in 6 innings.
Well, considering he walked 6 and had 7 strikeouts.
It's called living dangerously.
1-2 pitch to Adrianza. Tried to check his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Marriott strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. Nothing across for the Giants. Time to stretch. Phils and the Giants tied up at 2. in Philadelphia on a bright sunshiny afternoon. It's time now for a Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Start off here. Tommy Joseph snares a liner.
Breaking in the new glove.
That'll help. Best way to break in a mitt, just play catch. And then here, off the bat of Trevor Brown, gets over this pop-up. I'm so excited they actually gave a fan a high five. There are your Hyundai defensive plays of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
All right, so both bullpens are in play here today. The Giants bullpen will take over for Matt Moore. Hunter Strickland, this guy's got movement every which way with his pitches. Moore leaves after allowing 4 hits over 6 innings, 2 runs. He walked 6, struck out 7. Now Strickland will come on to face Cesar Hernandez, Aaron Altair, and Maikel Franco. Cesar is 0 for 2. He walked his first time up and scored a run, struck out his last 2 times to the plate. Cesar batting left-handed now against the righty Strickland. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Third baseman Nunez is in on the grass. You have to be leery of the bunt when it comes to Cesar. He's tied for the National League lead in bunt base hits. Swing and a miss.
I think that might be the next step for him in his attempts at bunting, is bring one with you. Brandon Belt is so deep at first base right now.
Gonna have to get a new speaker, Ben. Two balls and 2 strikes.
He won't be bunting here, obviously, with 2 strikes, but that's the exact spot he was playing before he had 2 strikes. He brings one with him. It's going to be a foot race to the bag, and Cesar's going to win that race.
Yeah, most of his bunts have gone up the third base line. He's patented that. But you're right. If he can pull it and bring it with him with his speed. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hernandez. Fights it off foul. It remains 2-2. 98 on that fastball. Cesar batting leadoff. Altair batting second. Cesar has thrived in that leadoff spot. Altair batting second again. Odubel not playing because of his struggles against lefties of late. But he is available off the bench. Foul tip, and Hernandez strikes out. 1 away here in the 7th inning. Altair is coming up. Time to get updated on what's going on around baseball. Here is Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. It is our greater coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile. The Cardinals are getting some help for their stretch run as they welcome back Matt Carpenter to their lineup tomorrow when they get back into action. Carpenter has missed the last 30 days with an oblique strain. While he was gone, the Cardinals tried 6 different guys in that leadoff spot in their lineup, which he holds down so well. None who were overly successful, so Matt Carpenter will take over that spot again when he comes back on Friday. How about Albert Pujols? Speaking of doing it again. He did it again last night against the Oakland A's. 12th walk-off home run of his career. That is one shy of the all-time record held by Jim Thome, who has 13. It's also the 20th walk-off hit of Albert Pujols' career, so not too shabby for him. And Mike Napoli looking to try and hit his 6th home run in 6 straight games today. The Indians were playing earlier today against Minnesota. The Indians won that game 9-2. I just learned from the magic of my smartphone. However, Napoli did not hit a home run in that game. He was just 1 of 3 in that game. So there you go. That's what's happening around baseball. Your greater coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile.
How about Murph was talking about Pujols and the numbers he's put up recently. He's hitting over 300. He's among the league leaders in RBIs.
Man's on fire.
And how about this, guys? I said it was his 12th walk-off home run in his career. How about these names that he's tied with? Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Jimmy Fox, Stan Musial, and Frank Robinson. That's some pretty good company right there.
Sure is. Altair bent back with 98, 2-2.
So Napoli did have a stolen base today.
He's a cat. To a 2 to Aaron Altair. Fouls it off to the right. That's going to hurt somebody's hand in the Hall of Fame club. Down the right field line, Pence will give it a peek, and he's out of room. And Altair will come back and do it again. Aaron, of his base hits in his career, 23 of his base hits in his career are extra base hits, including the RBI double earlier in the game. He has 9 ribbies now in his first week back. That's a pretty good week.
I like him in this 2-hole. I really do. I do.
I wondered if you want him in more of a power spot because of the lack of power the Phillies have.
When I think of Aaron Altair, I don't think of just home run hitter. I'd see a guy that's using the whole field right now. And that's why I really like him in that 2-hole. You can shoot a ball to right field, use that hole. And he's got some speed at the top as well.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Altair. And he fouls it back. He'll do it again. Outside, ball 4. Second time he's walked today. That's a pretty close pitch on a day where Dan Iassogna has really liked the outside part of the plate.
That misses down, but you're right. Second time he's walked on a 3-2 breaking ball. Definitely catches play, but I think the ball's down.
That is really close. So now Franco. Franco today is 0 for 3.
Oof. Ball's down, Tom.
That's a good eye. That's an eagle eye.
It's a great take because you just saw a pitch at 99, so you have to get it going. And then just go and spit on this slider. Almost went in the dirt, Tom.
Yeah, sure. That one did. 1-0. Maikel Franco with the bloop. Fielder's choice. to win the game last night.
Can't we just call it a hit?
There's a chance they will eventually. Just have to work out some things.
A lot of moving parts on that play.
Yeah, if it was last year, it would have been a hit, but a rule was changed. The rule that was implemented was changed last year after a game between Arizona and Cincinnati ended essentially the same way. So they changed the rule this past offseason. Rule 508B in your Major League rule book. As Altair is back.
So you'll see Altair right here. Boom. The ball's hit. And instead of touching second base,
It's time to celebrate.
let's party.
1 ball, no strikes to Franco. Franco pops it up foul and out of play. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Boy, was that one a good one to hit.
Particularly for his swing path and where he has fallen in love with that swing. Another close play at first. Giants are going to take a look at that pickoff over at first base. Brandon Belt thought that he had gotten Aaron Altair. Oh, they're going to have this one reviewed.
The advantage of having a left-handed first baseman.
I think he's back, Ben. I mean, there's a lot of shadows there, but it looked like his hand was back on the bag. It's very difficult to see. That's one of those where they probably could blow it up. Dale Scott is the crew chief. He was the one who made the call. And he's to the right. Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire, joins him on the headsets. Brandon Belt reacted as if he had gotten the tag down. Well, we saw that one angle. I think that one angle showed that his hand was on the bag. Watch it again. We slow it up. Hand is on the bag there, and then he's tagged. It's close. It really is. I mean, again, the shadows make it difficult. Too close this late in the game. And we've said this before, for a right-handed pitcher to pick off a base runner.
Now Strickland does have quick feet. The throw was right on the money.
And Belt's got fast hands. He's safe at first.
Well done, Tom.
Well, I think that's going to come back as call stands. Because I don't know if it was clear enough to be able to tell. So call stands means there's no conclusive evidence to overturn the initial call. Dan Baker just announced the Giants are out of challenges, but at this point they can request it as part of the rule. 1 ball, 1 strike to Franco. Altair leads off first. A little low, 2-1. Out to center field. Span venturing back. He'll get to it. Comes running in to make the catch, and Altair goes back to first. 2 away. Tommy Joseph coming up. Tommy has walked a career high 3 times in this game.
Looked like he never went to the plate.
And a lot of the pitches that he saw they weren't even close.
No.
Tommy against his former ball club, traded to the Phillies in the Hunter Pence deal. There goes Altair. Pitch is inside, and Altair will steal second without a throw. I wonder when he'll stop worrying about that wrist when he slides like that.
Would like to see him slide a little sooner. Gets there with ease.
So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. The count 1-0 to Tommy Joseph. Opposite way, foul. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice grab by that Giants fan.
I like that swing by Tommy. I know that.
Popped him up. Brandon Belt over at first base, waits for it, and he makes the catch. Side is retired. The Phils leave one in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We've played 7. We'll move to the 8th. Still tied up at 2 apiece, the Phils and the Giants. To you by Toyota. The annual clearance sale is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Jefferson. Call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. And by Yellowwood, brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. Citizens Bank Business Person Special here at the ballpark. Phillies and the Giants tied up at 2. And as we move to the top of the 8th inning with the game in its balance, Brett Overholzer will take over. Overholzer pitched 2 scoreless last night. His ERA dropped under 5. Marriott pitched a scoreless 7th. Araujo a scoreless 6th, and now it's Overholzer here in the 8th. Denard Span will lead it off. Span has a sac fly today. He's also scored a run. He doesn't do this that often. You know, the whole bunt thing. Back toward the middle and into center field. Span's got a leadoff single. 6 hits now for Span. Introducing Storm Ranger 10 from NBC 10, the only Doppler radar system on wheels. It goes to the storm before the storm reaches you. For the most accurate, most reliable weather information anywhere, trust your NBC 10 First Alert Weather Team and Storm Ranger 10. Count on it. Pagan is 0 for 1 with a couple walks. Switch hitter hitting right-handed. Good speed at first. They throw over just to keep Span close. You think your old manager would have Pagan bunt here?
I would say yes, but the way they are not hitting with runners in scoring position, why give up an out right now?
Swinging away, and he takes outside. It's 1-0. Giants are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Pete McCannon's Phillies are 1 for 8.
And you can always look ahead. They do bunt them over, maybe you walk Pence, and you have 2 lefties coming up.
Yeah, you're not going to use Posey as a pinch hitter with the next a couple of hitters after Pence.
No.
Back toward the middle, spinning over the bag and into center field. Span will stop at second. That ball was not hit hard at all, but still found its way into center.
I don't know how it missed the bag.
Or the rubber on the mound.
Yeah.
What's the English on it?
I initially thought it was going to be a double play just because it wasn't hit very hard. But at least that not hit the bag.
First and second with nobody out. Hunter Pence, the batter. Geared up for the fastball. He throws him something soft, and it's 0-1. Series, the two teams 15 for 50 with runners in scoring position. Phillies have had a decent series. Giants not so much, hitting 250.
Especially for the Phillies from where they had to come from.
Out to right field, and that'll slice foul. The man takes some awkward swings, but still has a little bit on it.
A lot of moving parts. His front foot was off the ground.
He was almost off the ground too, or on the ground I should say. Phillies set up to turn 2 up the middle. Swing and a miss. Set him up with an inside pitch to come back toward the outer edge of the plate. Then Penn strikes out. 1 out for Brandon Crawford.
Big out there. The speed was good, but the movement was even better.
Brandon Crawford has a base hit today and an RBI. He struck out. He's also flied out to center. Ground ball toward first. That's a fair ball. Joseph has it. He thought about turning and going to second base. Ball just wasn't hit hard enough to do that.
No.
Watch where Pagan was when Tommy got the ball. Yeah, I mean, that's the right decision.
Plus, he didn't have the clearest of throwing lanes either. You have an easy out, take it.
Brandon Belt is 0 for 3. Out towards center field. Aaron Altair comes diving in to make the catch. The inning is over. He misjudged it at the beginning, but then recovered with his long body to lean in and pull it off the top of the grass for the final out here in the 8th inning.
He broke back, but there's some good closing speed right there by Aaron Altair. That is beautiful. Nice job there by the center fielder. We move on to the bottom of the 8th. Chooch leading off.
The 7:05 first pitch. In fact, 3 straight night games between the Phils and the Dodgers. Tickets to be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Chase Utley makes his return to Citizens Bank Park, and Chase Rice makes his first ever appearance here at Citizens Bank Park for a post-game concert in that final day. Derek Law will take over out on the mound for the Giants. Second pitcher used out of the bullpen for Bruce Bochy. Second time he's worked in this series. Hunter Strickland pitched a scoreless 7th inning. Did not allow a hit, but did allow a walk. 7 walks today by the Giants pitching staff. Let's see how many Carlos takes here. Lily Ruiz, Paredes, and Tyler Goodell. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Out toward right field. Hunter Pence going back on it. And he'll make the catch for the first out.
Second ball he's hit hard today to the right side. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it.
Jimmy Paredes is 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Actually got over to third base his last time. Paredes playing left field today. I should say right field today. Goodell on deck playing left field. Phillies have already used Cody Ashe in today's game. Taylor Featherston. Odubel Herrera is available. No balls in 1 strike. 0-2. It is interesting how there are some batters that for some reason they just find themselves in a hole at every at bat. For Paredes, 0-2 3 times, 1-2 once.
Yeah. Well, he is very aggressive. That doesn't help.
Unless he blasts it out of the ballpark. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And Tyler Goodell will bat. Tyler today is 1 for 2. He walked back in the 4th inning. Phillies trying to sweep out the Giants here this afternoon. The Giants have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers, while the Giants have lost 2 straight to the Phils. The Dodgers have lost 2 to the Rockies. And the Rockies have crept back over 500 at 54 and 53. Out to center field. Bernard Span gallops back, carries out toward the track, and he reaches up to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th inning. So we will go to the 9th here in Philadelphia. It's the Giants 2 and the Phillies 2. Nunez will lead it off. The Wall of Fame Fathead compliments of Toyota. Get your tickets right now by going to Phillies.com. Phillies will face the Colorado Rockies in that weekend series. The whole weekend's brought to you by Toyota. It includes the Friday night Jim Thome Wall of Fame induction ceremonies. Giants 2, Phillies 2, top of the 9th inning. Odubel Herrera. He's got bongo cam going up on the big video board as he hustles out towards center field. Aaron Altair moves from center to right, and Severino Gonzalez will take over on the mound for the Phillies. Severino in his 15th game, 4.76 ERA. And he will face Eduardo Nunez. Nunez hits the first pitch out to shortstop. Freddie Galvis is up with it, 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. And now Joe Panik will bat. Panik is 1 for 3. He's flied to center. He has singled and scored. And he struck out his last time up.
Smart pitch there by Severino. Credit that to Chooch, his country mate. We have a reliever coming in the game. I used to try and take advantage of it whenever I could. Reliever, he wants to get ahead. That fastball, look for something you can drive. Severino goes with the slider, gets a ground ball.
To a 2 to Panik. Phillies half of the 9th inning. Galvis, Herrera, and Hernandez. A wide assortment of leadoff hitters. There's Freddie. He has an RBI today. Odubel just get himself warmed up. Cesar. He's been quiet offensively in this ball game, but not quiet since the 1st of July, really the end of June. See if the Phillies have another late game heroic. This ball got a piece of Carlos Ruiz.
Wears the extra toe flaps, but sometimes doesn't matter.
Over toward the left side, diving stop. Franco to his feet, zips it across the diamond in time. Wow.
Quick reaction there by Michael, ranging to his left. Ball stays down, so does his glove. Gets to his feet quickly and throws some easy cheese across the diamond.
Right into the palm of that glove.
It is nice to know that you don't have to panic. No pun intended.
Yeah, there was.
When you have an arm like that, get to your feet, make a nice strong throw.
out to right center field, and Brown is aboard with a base hit. He's not even going to think about taking two. He's going to stop at first. And Gregor Blanco will come up as a pinch hitter for the Giants. Blanco, a .240 hitter with a home run and 18 runs batted in. Popped him up. Right side. Tommy Joseph in foul territory. And the inning is over. Top of the ninth comes to a close. No runs, one hit, and one man left. Bottom of the ninth inning for the Phillies. Tied at 2. It'll be Galvis, Odubel Herrera, and then Cesar Hernandez when we come back.
First inning, Aaron Altera goes down and gets this fastball off Matt Moore, drives it to right center to score Cesar Hernandez. Tie the ball game up at 1. In the 6th inning, Freddie Galvis, I'm sorry, shoots a ball up the middle for a fielder's choice, but it does score Tommy Joseph. We are knotted up at 2. They are your WB Mason deliveries of the game.
All right, so now as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, Will Smith will pitch in his 3rd straight day as a San Francisco Giant reliever. Bruce Bochy likes to use his lefties. When they acquired him from the Brewers, they thought, all right, maybe he can fill the void that Jeremy Affeldt used to have when Javier Lopez was pitching a lot. Well, so far, Bruce Bochy has utilized him like that. So a quick conversation with Brown, who has not caught him yet. Then Iasonia, the home plate umpire, says, okay, boys, I got a flight to catch. Let's go. Freddie is 0 for 3. His last at bat resulted in an RBI on a fielder's choice. One ball and no strikes to him. Corners pinch in. Nunez hovering toward the line over third.
Outfield is deep.
Three balls and one strike. Well, it's a close pitch.
It was. One you want as a pitcher, but one you know you can't do anything with as a hitter. Take a pitch?
Yes. Well, no, I don't think so. Out to center field. Denard Span going back on it. He'll get to it. Ball carried a pretty good ways. One out. Odubel Herrera's coming up. Let's check it with Greg Murphy. Murph, what's going on next series between the Phils and the Padres?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Tom, because when this one is over, the Phils start another road trip. Back out on the road this time to the West Coast. As you mentioned, here are your pitching matchups for the San Diego series, which starts on Friday. Jeremy Hellickson and Christian Friedrich will take to the hill in the first game on Friday night. On Saturday at 8:40 Eastern Time, Jared Eichhoff and Paul Clemens, two right-handers, will take the balls for their respective teams. And then on Sunday, it'll be Zach Eflin and Jared Cosart. They'll face off at 4:40 Eastern Time out there in San Diego. But I don't have to tell you guys this. This one's not over yet.
No, I hope it's over in about 10 minutes.
I agree.
Odubel Herrera takes a strike. It's 0-1.
I'll take 10 seconds.
Even better.
You wanted less drama?
Yeah, just go up top and end it.
Odubel 285 with 11 home runs, up for the first time today. Struggling against lefties. Those are the kind of swings that we've seen. He's hitting .238 against left-handers, .213 over the last several weeks. Seems like he's just trying to pull everything left-handed. That time he was running out of the box as he swung and hit that one.
Will Smith went to the slide step there because of Odubel's giant leg kick.
Swing and a miss. He went fishing a pitch that was way out of the strike zone. But out goes 2-3 on the strikeout.
It's just not picking up rotation at all.
Now Cesar Hernandez, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Cesar hits it out towards short. Crawford bobbles it. That doesn't happen all that often. It'll be his 10th error of the season.
It's a hanger from Will Smith, but definitely a play that Brandon Crawford's accustomed to making.
Bruce Bochy's coming out, and that's going to be it for Will Smith. Looks like they're going to go to Sergio Romo, who had been warming up to face Aaron Altair. So Will Smith is done after 2/3 of an inning, and Sergio Romo will head on in to face Aaron Altair. We'll be right back. Just awarded a base hit on the ball he hit back towards shortstop. So he is on base. Aaron Altair is due up. Sergio Romo is the new pitcher for the Giants. It's a 6-game hitting streak now for Cesar.
It's going to make your day.
Altair has an RBI double today. He's also lined out to second, and he's walked twice. Probably going to see a lot of sliders here from Sergio Romo. Javier Lopez is in the bullpen for the Giants. Another slider, and it's 1-1. There's Lopez. Lopez and Romo have thrown a lot of innings over their careers for the San Francisco Giants. Thought is if you can realize it's a slider and it's coming toward the middle of the plate, you figure it's going to get out of the strike zone by the time it arrives.
Pitch recognition. It's really what separates the good hitters from the bad ones.
Runner goes, pitches inside, throw to second base on one hop, not in time. Cesar, oh, he came off the bag again. Oh, man. Caught stealing. 2-4. And that will wrap up the 9th inning. And we will go to the 10th. Take a look. No argument from the Phillies. He's on, then he's off, and then he's out. It's just happened so many times for Cesar. We'll go to the 10th inning. Four extra innings in Philadelphia between the Phils and the Giants. Giants are 7-6 in extra inning games. Phillies are 6-2, including last night's victory. So now as we move to the top of the 10th inning, it'll be the top of the order for the Giants. Denard Span. And he leads it off against Severino Gonzalez in his second inning of work. Phillies bullpen keeps on keeping on. 14 straight scoreless innings, 11 scoreless innings in the last 2 games. Let's hope that continues. 0-2. Span singled his last time up, singled his first time up. He also has a sac fly today. Outside, and it's 1-2. Severino is acting as the long man in today's ball game, at least at this moment. Phillies half of the 10th inning. They'll have Altair, Franco, and Joseph. Trying to squeeze out another inning from Severino, and it's 2-2. Down the right field line. He golfed it. It is a fair or foul. It is a fair ball home run. Denard Span has given the Giants a 3-2 lead here in the 10th inning.
Man. He's had a good series, but this hit obviously the biggest one of the 3-game set here in Philly.
Yes, 7 hits in the series.
Every lefty likes the ball down and in. Look at that. Nitro zone. Amazing. He keeps it fair.
Now Angel Pagan been on base 3 times. Pagan takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Denard Span now 5 home runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, 1 away. Trying to keep it at a 1-run deficit. Santiago Casilla, the closer for the Giants, warming up in the bullpen. And now Hunter Pence. Pence has struck out twice today. There's Casilla.
I know you shouldn't dwell on the past, but I keep dwelling on Cesar sliding past the bag again. You would think it's as simple as just sliding earlier.
Sliding feet first, maybe.
Sliding feet first. But he made it there safely.
He was safe. There's no
question.
question.
In scoring position.
Safe and
Get a single there, ball game's over.
Yeah. Over to shortstop. Backhanded by Galvis. And Pence is retired for the second out. Here's the play at second again. You know, and whether Altair got a base hit or not, we'll never know. But this has just happened so many times. And how about the play by Panic on 1 hop?
Yeah. Man. I mentioned it before with Aaron Altair with his stolen base. I mean, he slid way past the back. If there was a throw on that one, Trevor Brown could not get the grip on it, but if there was a throw, he'd have been out as well.
Denard Span's solo home run has given the Giants a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 10th inning. Phils, though, have another at bat to go. Over to third on 1 hop. Maikel Franco throws out a trotting Brandon Crawford. The run does score. The home run by Denard Span. Here comes Santiago Casilla. The Phils down by 1. Had back-to-back walk-off wins. It was last year. This is Darren Rupp with a little bloop to right field. That scored Odubel Herrera. That was win number 1. How about this one? Win number 2. Freddie Galvis, little tapper over to Joey Votto at first. Seems like an easy play. Uh-oh, Ryan Matthews had a little trouble handling that one, and Cody Ashley scored. And the Phils walked off in back-to-back nights. And they'll try to do it again here, but they're down 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Santiago Casilla, the closer for the Giants, is on to try to close it out. Casilla has 24 saves, but he has blown 5 saves this year. That's a lot at this point in the season. Denard Span, his teammate out in center field, has given him the lead.
Well, you have to like who the Phillies have coming to the plate.
It'll start with Altair, and then Franco, and then Joseph. First pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Maikel Franco said last night the Phillies are a resilient bunch with a lot of energy. Well, they're being tested right here. Over toward third, and it's flagged out by Nunez. He flips to first, dug out by Bell. That's a good play all the way around. Nunez just basically just flipped it over to the area.
It's good field presence by Nunez, and just to get rid of it that quickly, knowing exactly where you are on the diamond. A couple errors that really put the Giants in a bind the first couple games, but he makes up for it there. That's a heck of a play by Nunez. Nice pick by Belt at first.
Maikel Franco now with one man down. Franco hitless today, 0 for 4, 6 for 15 in the series. 9 for 25 against the Giants this year. Quick pitch, and Franco strikes out. A breaking ball that was way out of the strike zone. 2 away, and Tommy Joseph is the last hope for the Phillies. Giants bullpen, which had allowed 5 earned runs in 6 2/3 in the previous 2 games of this series, have pitched 3 2/3 scoreless here this afternoon in relief of Matt Moore.
Tommy faced Casilla the first night here. First pitch swinging, hanging slider, popped it up to the left, but
he doesn't bite it at that time.
Nope. See a lot of these Giants relievers and implementing that quick pitch.
Over towards shortstop. This should do it. Crawford's up with it. Throws across the diamond, and the Giants have salvaged a 3-game series. The Phils have to settle for winning 2 of 3 against the National League West leaders this week here in Philadelphia. Tenard Span is our Chevrolet player of the game. His home run in the 10th inning helped the Giants to the 3-2 victory over the Phillies. 3 for 4 today, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. So Bruce Bochy's team will say so long to the Phillies. They will not see them for the rest of the regular season. Phillies will pack up and head to the West Coast for the last time here in 2016. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.